So with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth finally about to be on PC tomorrow, I wanted to talk about everyone's main gripe with the game, and that's the quote-unquote pacing of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I've seen some critiques that while the game has amazing gameplay and characters, the actual story being told is a little bit lackluster, and what it takes to get from those steps from point A to point B feels like a slog sometimes. And while I can understand that perspective, I feel like a lot of people don't really soak in what's going on in the game and what Rebirth is about. And I feel like to really understand what Rebirth is about, you have to look at Cloud, the main character of Final Fantasy VII. While Rebirth is essentially the chase for Sephiroth part of the story, like really, where is this nigga Sephiroth? Another huge part of the story that is very subtle that some people seem to miss is the identity crisis that's going on with Cloud. And a very huge part about this game is Cloud's identity. Much like Kiryu and Ichiban, Cloud is a fucking dork who has to hide under this shell, this identity that they've crafted for themselves. But unlike Kiryu and Ichiban, Cloud's a bit less mature. Like he's not as old, so he really hasn't had time to find himself. But through the side quests, through the hunts, through the mini games, through the dancey woo animation he does, we actually see Cloud take the journey to grow. We see that real Cloud that's inside of him, the actual person, peer out. And it's a lot of work to do that, to actually erase this shell you built for yourself and have that shell crumble around you, which is why Aerith and Tifa are so great. Aerith and Tifa fuck the whole fucking party, but especially these two literally see Cloud for what he is. A kind-hearted dork who wants to be a hero and save people. So yeah, they tease him, make fun of him, bring him out of his shell and encourage him to do more, to be around more people, because they know that's what he needs. That's why when they see Cloud embody this murderous energy, they get freaked out because they know that that's not Cloud, right? They like, this is the dude that literally rides dolphins and collects balloons, right? This is the dude that will turn into a frog to beat kids at a mini game just because they said he could. And this is the dude that's just so obsessed with winning because he doesn't want to lose and be weak, essentially, right? So all of that bloat, all of those side quests, all of those things that you think aren't happening because it's taking so long to go through, you do all these little mindless tasks and get such and such dialogue to only end up with maybe a little bit of a cutscene and a little bit of a story moment to go back to doing the same thing. All of that matters because it's about Cloud growing and seeing who this guy really is. Right? And I could just be misinterpreting this. I could probably not understand what pacing means at all. But as far as I know, as far as what I see and what I've played from this game, I'm pretty confident with what I'm saying. Take the time and really see these characters. Don't just, if you're going to play a game and you're going to be like, oh, I don't feel like doing this right now, then don't. And that's perfectly fine. But there are certain aspects that you get, especially in this game, especially seeing how these characters are and how they interact and like what they go through just from doing these side quests, just from doing these towers, just from doing all this stuff. You get a very, very unique glimpse into them a bit deeper, which explains the journey, which is why it's taking so long. That's that. Let me know what you guys think.